Like, have your parents been supportive, like, ever since you were young, or, they were like, you know what, Naomi, we know you like music, but, can you also have, like, a plan B? Like, is that what you wanted to be when you're growing up?
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a singer when I was growing up. My parents were very supportive, but it was just a hobby I was doing. Like when I started when I was 15, 16, because my dad had always said, you have to go back to, like, you have to stay in school, you have to stay in school. And I think staying in school was the one that was hindering me from getting as far as I would have been in the industry.
Oh, I guess now we know who to blame.
Yep, Dad. But I thank God for it because I got my business management degree with a minor in music. So at least I have something to fall back on, and I do other ventures and stuff with it.
Do you think, like, let's say you're pursuing music, like, right now. Do you feel like it's important to actually go the extra mile to go to, like, music school? Like, what are they called in the States? I don't know whether we have them in Kenya.
Music school.
They're called music school? Yeah, but I'm just guessing when it comes to not just to study, just like playing instruments. I'm talking about, like, the management aspect of it, the marketing aspect of it, because the eras things keep changing, and I think a lot of artists, the main problem a lot of artists are having now is with, you don't know how maybe to market yourself.
How you can make over in other areas.
Contracts.
I think it's very important to know the business side of music. I definitely do. In terms of, like, managing, marketing, it's extremely important because you can always get a team. But sometimes even the team can screw you over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you never know, like, where your money is actually going.
Yeah, even though money is coming in.
Yeah. So I think it's very important. But education, period, is important all the way.
Okay. And, there was a time where, like, I think a lot of women, like, it was slightly easier for them because, if you're a vocalist, don't look at me like that. Like, now listen, let me explain. Let me finish my sentence before you start rolling your eyes. Like, there was an era when, like, R&B and we had singers and vocalists really mattered and all that. And a lot of women, like, even though they had, like, their nice lane, like, if you're a singer, you can actually just jump into it and sort of, like, blend in or even stand out because you have a nice hit. But now we have, like, things like Autotune, and now we have, like, all these guys, and it's not just in Kenya. Like, think about how, like, melodic somebody like Young Thug is. Keisha Cole is probably just somewhere, like, just looking at all the hits Young Thug is.
Like, I think definitely back in the day, artists put in more work in their art, and it was actually an art.
And even, like, for you, like, you're actually a singer.
Yes. And so, like, I find it so annoying, like, when these artists come up overnight. Like, I'm not going to throw any shade at anybody. But they come overnight and they have an auto-tune song, and it's just a hit.
It's a hit.
And they get, like, hundreds of thousands of views because and they're not even saying anything, like,
it's repeated.
Watch on my wrist. Watch on my wrist. Watch on my wrist. Like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
And if you think about it, like, you see even, like, a lot of younger artists who are aspiring or just starting off, like, they're adapting to that. And like, that's the in thing, like, those are the role models. It's working already, like, for Blueprint. But how do you set yourself aside from that? Because, like, now it's switched people's minds from the, like, you're a singer, right? So how is it possible to even just, like, stand out or get people's attention when all these guys are just smoking some kush, and in the morning they have 5 songs. Have 5 songs.
It's
and
crazy.
You're composing, working on your pitch and tones and everything.
I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. Like, But also, again, music changes and I have to adapt. And like even some of the songs that I'm singing, they're not. I don't really use auto-tune on my music too much, but like the message, sometimes nowadays we have to dumb it down for like that average Joe, that like you have to make it catchy and just dumb it down. Like it's so weird.
Working in, have you tried doing like music now in the States, or you just strictly like Kenya?
No, right now I'm strictly in Kenya. I have some studios in the States that like when I'm there I can always go to, but
why don't you go and work there? What's this thing that's, holding you on, like in Kenya? Like,
I know so many people ask me that, and
why?
I don't know.
You like Kenyan boys?
Yes, the men. I like them tall, dark, and handsome. Ooh, there goes one right now. Shows. Let me stop. But no, it's just other things.
I still want to understand. Like, you've talked about like when you're growing up, you really were admiring the culture and everything. But now when it comes to even like music, you see the frustration with like local artists and. Why wouldn't you want to try and
But I'm doing other business stuff here as well too. So that's another thing that's kind of holding me back from doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about like maybe just like collaborations that you've done. Like maybe you've done a lot, right, over the past, or not so many? Or which are some of the memorable ones?
Oh my gosh.
None?
Jeez, I don't even know my own music.
Jesus.
Like, Jim Watt, I have.
Jim Watt is a
Josie
classic.
J, of course. Josie J, we actually did a gospel song
who's
together. That? He won the I Can Sing talent thing.
Talent. Yeah. Okay, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Actually did a gospel song. Now my mom wants me to go gospel.
Oh, God forbid. God forbid. But there's nice money in gospel music.
Yeah. In Kenya, the industry is actually like pretty big.
It's actually one of the industries that is a guarantee money that's gonna come in.
But I don't know. I'm torn. I do a lot of inspirational music. So I wouldn't exactly like label it gospel, because you see all these gospel artists getting like backlash for like other things they do, like that. What's that guy's name? That
Willie
did
Paul.
Hallelujah.
Willie Paul.
Yes, that one.
But the thing is, he has never changed. That has been him, like from the get-go, and people keep complaining. But
But why call him a gospel artist then?
In fact, it's the people who categorize him as a gospel artist. Like, he never addresses it. Wow. He's always like just quiet. He removes like another hit, hit, and he's good at it.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe you should do a collab with him.
Yeah, maybe.
And dance.
Maybe, you never know.
You can sprinkle water on you guys. Another hit gospel song.
You never know. But I do have some collaborations in the works. I'm not gonna say whom. It will be a surprise.
Okay. Local artists?
Yeah.
And when it just comes to, let's say, role models when it comes to music, do you lean towards like American role models or Kenyan role models when it comes to music? And who are these people? Who inspires you? You can tell me.
A lot of people inspire me. I'm gonna say, so cliche to say, but Beyonce is one of like my biggest inspirations. She's amazing. Even though like a lot of her songs like just be getting on my nerves because they just play everywhere and they whatever. But she's hands down.
Nice music.
It is
generally.
But she's hands down one of the best entertainers in the world. The best stage artist in the world. Like, she can sing, she can dance in heels. She does it all. And at her age, and she just had 3 kids. Like,
yeah, man, come on. Like, she balances all these things out in a very...
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And then I listen to a lot of like old school You know, Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. Yeah, any other ones? I like Sierra. I like, yeah. I like a lot of Nigerian. I'm starting to love Nigerian music. I
Play
am.
Nigerian music in Kenya, please.
Hey, play Kenyan music first. But I can't tell you their names, but their music is very good, very catchy, they know what they're doing.
West Africa right now, they're killing it.
They're on top of their game.
But where do you think we're going wrong, though? Because you see, here's the thing. You see, when I've asked you that question, you haven't named any Kenyan artist.
I know, right?
But no, and it's no. And here's the thing.
I was getting to it.
No. But here's the thing. Just think about it, like even for you, since you're an artist, but and you see that just comes from a genuine place.
Yeah.
It's not like you're lying. You're just saying, like, you know, when I asked you, that's the first answer that came to you.
It's true.
To your mind. And where do you think, like, we're going wrong? Like, we're not, like, really...
Because we're not playing Kenyan music. You know, like, you turn on the radio in the car and it's Nigerian music. Like, it's
good Nigerian music.
Yeah, okay. You had to throw that in there. But yeah, we're not supporting our own people, honestly. Even like in the clubs and stuff. Like, they'll play it for a bit and then it's back to Nigerian music.
You know, the thing is, I think and this is just like my personal opinion. I think Kenyan artists at the moment, they're slightly just lazy. And we can't keep crying about, like, yo, let's play, okay, let's go make good music.
Yeah.
I think if you make good music, people will play good music.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I find a lot of Kenyan artists, like, I ain't naming no names, but I find a lot of Kenyan artists, like, they don't want to work together. And
there you go.
Like, one makes one hit and he wants to stay on top and not bring everybody else up with him.
Look at Diamond.
Yeah, exactly.
Look what Diamond is doing.
Like, it's so crazy, and that's so bad, and that's why we can't prosper and why we can't get anywhere in life.
Which is true. Which is very true. And just think about, like, I don't know what Nigerians are doing, man, but yo.
And then Nigerians also have the support behind them. Like, the government, like, supports them. They get funding for a lot of their videos. I mean, Nigerians got money, honey. Like, they got aeroplanes, helicopters in their videos.
We know about credit cards and, you know. Hey, we know about that as well. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but I know. But one thing is for sure, that they go the extra mile by all means necessary. Like, if it's visuals, just think about even when they're doing visuals, like in the hood.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be anything flashy, but geez, you see the video and then you're like, oh yeah, this actually makes sense. Yeah. And that thing of collaborations is, I don't know if it's just like, it's in everything, man. I think it's in everything. And that's the only way I can explain why someone like Lupita was going for auditions, never being picked up. But once she goes to the States, other people see, like, you know, the Kenyan runners who are here, they don't have management, they don't have shoes, they have nothing. And then they get scouted, like, by some coach in UK. And then now that's when we start, like, oh man, you know, our Kenyans are being used. Come on. When they were here, you're not, like, even paying attention to them.
Exactly.
I mean, but we just need to change that narrative, and I guess it starts with us.
It definitely does.
That's why, like, if you're not coming to my podcast, I'm never ever going to play your music.
Oh man, that sucks. Well, you better be here.
Sucks to be you.